Saba Adamu Mase Diamond try that's P say also the Juma Passate by Badwam on Adom TV, multi TV. So now the pledge, me or my Hene Kwabna Santi, the Hafonian pledge, be careful, say very society. It me educhu wamro sa papa bi me achire so ahema papa bi, you know, foundation ho say the that me Badwam, me Yakubu Chipsa, me Alice Kopi, Obosha ne said the Bema ni munyam shaba ahafo region biano. So help me God. Under the able leadership of George Boachi, our regional minister, supported by a potential flag bearer and president for the land. We are proud of you, Eric Opoku. Our wisdom port, Collins Dauda Alhaji, Anafi, Ira Bobi, Deputy Minister Sports, Ira Bano, Dr. Benjamin, and Almighty Frida Prempe. That is the team for Hafo, supported by Wafaya Bruni Venture Capital and Era Gamma CEO Became United. Damunina must say Musah Superior na echo the next time. Be a proud Ahafonian is very important. And the bigger picture, which we are a subset of, is that continue to exhibit the qualities of who a true Ghanaian is: patriotism, love for your country, truthfulness, and honesty. Debi Adamekayo is very important. Sa nyoma we udi tu anamoa. Now, TDNT we Ghana niase through these virtues. Bonse and Tumana Dibia da Pesi Edifrano, Ibenya Sound Tumana Edifra. And Jamarifi na first also say, Uhunu Bibi and your mining share boy bra. Wherever you find yourself, so sorry, so potem bim, so mantem bibo, jubebim, Bibia and your mining share boy brebiano. Titu a fire bambong, and it's Ikasemo. Uhunu Bibia, no Kabibi. Now, finally, politics of insult. All over the world, it has never been a solution to the crisis of any country. It is important. Inti mesro o wadwen chira o de kwaso chira wadwene. But mesro biema kai will say the attempt enye the solution to problems of any country. Ghana is no exception. Inti fashion team na the attempt bebre no enkosiaga. Inti is important. We are building a nation. We are not building individuals. We are building a nation. We are not building party. But here they are, so vessels nimu anomai Ghana ebitime timedin kunim. A lot of people are celebrating today their birthday. But me wish the CEO, National Petroleum Authority, me wish a happy birthday. I didn't know Sheikh Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid. Oh, I see. So, Sheikh, assalamu alaikum, Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid, happy birthday. The last time I checked, na mo software bi amodiaba MP honomuno na keteli nipa a diverted fuel. You know, say fuel baby anambiano tanka for no muntie. Baby a unambiano e wadwe say what BT system na BT. So, we have Nancy Akra no there stations be on ma ye punish you, maybe on so ye query you. That's nation building. It's very, very important. Timeso, your small self a fango eko baby. Your best shot is that what the fango never call the needed destination, not to divert. And not divert it. It's important that we also take that into the Mamencha MP boss I would do our da and the happy birthday Shunko and come on. A potential general secretary for the ruling NPP Abekam in Sawan, very potential. Say, I want to walk to a year. My bet, Nessa bet, and find home to underdog. Oh, the underdog was I will razam. No, I do any so. In tea in Kobono, let's hear semno. And then get encouraged that there are a lot of people who can sit in that position. I'll bet me Ghana a democracy net in Makoso. Now, if they expect in terms of impuntu, yet me enya. May welcome. Era and I don't know, maybe Adam Huna the fashion is still on point, you know. Hey, address power Jana the interview FKK. Who named na camera na better so who go him in. Yeah man. Chief Akwa. Me dasipa. You know, me modi we say viewers no ebe kaiwa. But where do you get these things from?
Beats. Okay, so very, very. I think so. They see I cry about 10 cities. Now, Time I started, and I had 50 pesos.
Wow.
Just about 15 years ago. So, uninam circle hoa. And you find one. So swashabi.
Oh, maybe the normal one. Maybe anyway, campaign koso kama. General Secretary in waiting.
Absolutely, and I'm sure the party for no take effective decision on the 17th of July. Now that decision and never pave way for proper reorganization of their party.
That decision that the party will take.
Yes, that decision.
That is Musah.
That decision will definitely be Musah. I'm confident about it. But let me tell you, sir, any other decision party no take here. Now the obligation of me and the party for collectively in Ghana to fully support that decision. So even though it's looking good, say we are in pole position, we're going to win probably by 70%. But anything can happen. And in elections, you should have two targets. Anybody over one target in election, that means you are not politically matured. However strategic you are, how popular you are, you should be targeting two things. The optimism target and the pessimism target. So the optimism target, say maybe you are very optimistic, say winning. Pessimism, anything can happen, especially on the D-Day.
Okay.
In the in Ghana's internal election,
last day,
exactly.
And
exactly. And I think say both political parties are more working so hard to see what has been the problem. That particular last D-Day change of followership. What has been the problem? It does appear say we haven't been able to find.
Okay, so maybe Musah Superior, former mayor, now with the Forestry Commission, now vying for that post, a potential general secretary for the NPP. There now catch potential delegates now.
Says number one, the party is weak, and for me this is my mantra. Party is so weak now. It doesn't appear, say, the leadership, they're doing the right thing. So that's one. Number two, we provide solutions how we address the weakness. So the solution is what? So
let's identify some of the weakness.
Yes.
Now, if Yembra, whose solutions are
absolutely. One of the weakness is the inability of your party to empower their party people. Now, the argument has always been that. I won't say there's what we call the CR reason for joining a party, the country reason, and then the PDR reason, the personal development reason. With the CR reason, the reason why MPP, Nipa or Ghana follow MPP, we believe, say, we are better than the NDC in terms of managing the economy of their country. We also believe that people we present for presidential candidate, any parliamentary candidate, they are better than NDC's presidential candidate, any parliamentary candidate. Your working document, your manifesto, we believe say whatever ideas we are bringing on board, better and more beneficial than Ghanaians, to Ghanaians than the NDC. Then the PDR reason is your personal development reason. A political party should have a deliberate policy to empower the human resource of their party. So the entire human resource for their party, from regional to polling station, is just 0.59% of the population of Ghana.
That relationship,
it's broken down, totally broken down, because you have the party that is operating an overly centralized policy. Say Accra. We have to change it, and that is why Musah Superior is the game, is the bet, is the man. Say over centralization doesn't work. The world over, we have to. Power must go to the grassroots. After all, the most important category of your party officers are the polling station executives. And in over 100,000 polling stations in their country. So we have to resource them and empower them. Now say resource you more, empower more. It means the base of their party becomes weak. Now say party weaker, you can't win an election with a weak party. So me concern and the way to solve this problem is to empower our party people. Now, I'm not suggesting for a moment, say, use the resources of their country to do that. We have huge resources. In fact, this party can make nearly 200 million Ghana cedis a year.
This party?
I'm telling you, this party can make that money. If we have a proper, precise, comprehensive, attractive dues-paying system. See, any membership card, I'm sure by now you have investigated it and you've got the facts. It's totally not right. A modern political party, 21st century party in government, and all your membership card have expired. Anybody who has won the last election, constituency election, any regional election, you have contested that election on the basis of illegality. And there's a blind eye. So we don't do that. You don't undermine the party the way this current executive has undermined this great crude Osono party. You don't do that. So it me formulate such policy. So for example, we don't know your membership. No, we don't, because if you don't have a proper registration system, how can you determine the membership of the party? Anything you say is a lie. So I say roll it out. NDC that we think we are smarter than. Every day we say we are more educated, we are smarter people. NDC, look at the technology they are using to register their members. I congratulate them. I think there is a hip leap in Ghanaian politics. We should emulate that. So when you are there as a leader, they say when you see the commonsensical approach, the SMART approach, the acronym SMART, not the word SMART, S-M-A-R-T. Use that approach so that ebe to do a lot of things. Now, if you are not using that approach or that modeler, ube suffer. So back to how we are going to make the nearly 200 million Ghana cedis. We say 6.7 million people to Abama NPP, Ampofo-Adjei in the last 2020 elections. 6.7 million voted.
Well, we need NPP for.
I'm coming. At least, I believe, say, half of them are NPP for. So, say, yeah, starting registration, I believe that by the end of that registration program, no, we are likely to cruise to about 3 million Ghanaian citizens as NPP for. Now, say, yes, and then we look at the empowerment program. Say, empowerment program, no, you're real. And all over the place, I may empower your party people and then open up the economy per Article 2, Clause 14 of the NPP Constitution. You better encourage your party for no to register. And so almost register we are, and we say, you need any dues paying system. It is zero now. So you better start here. You don't start a new thing with a complicated strategy. You better fail it. So you better start here. You start with an affordable fee, say 5 cedis per month. Obian 5 cedis per month. If you divide 5 cedis by 30 days, the amount now you can't even pronounce it in numerical terms. It will be difficult to pronounce it if you divide 5 cedis by 30 days. Amount 0.0. I don't know how it's going to be, but can somebody help me do that? Divide 5 by 30. It means that every day that is the kind of amount you pay. Now, Obia bet 60 Ghana cedis a year. 5 times 12 months will give you 60 Ghana cedis. If you multiply 60 Ghana cedis by 30 million people, if they have fully paid up their dues, we'll get 3 million people, sorry, you'll get 180 million a year. There are a number of companies in Ghana, a lot of companies, they don't make 180 million a year. That's a huge money. So it can do everything for the NPP. So all you need is a leadership that can think outside the box and be smart, so that the accuracy of your intervention, up to about 60 or 70%. Now say half of them, let's say, there are 3 million people. Let's say that, because it is true, say not all of them will pay. So let's say half of them pay. Half don't pay, half pay. You still make 90 million. And 90 million, if you have 90 million in Ghana, you are a millionaire.
But I better not push this agenda, because your party now, is a party of just not Musah taking decisions. It's a party of a lot of people taking decisions.
I think point 8 of my policy plan is indicated. Yeah, we work, the party works through committees. There's National Steering Committee, National Executive Committee, National Council, and a National Conference. So every decision you take, you have to be directed by the committee. So things like that, you push it through the National Steering Committee and lobby. A good General Secretary should be a good lobbyist. Before you push an idea, you have spoken to your colleagues and say, look, this idea, let's push it. As soon as the National Steering Committee adopts it, it means the next stage is for them to go to the National Executive Committee. And they will pass it. And these are all issues I think any member on the National Steering Committee would accept wholeheartedly. Say, we should re-register our people. Which person in the National Committee will say, oh, we don't have to register our people. Let's find money. Let's pay dues now. Now, which person on the National Steering Committee will not say that? Let's make it affordable now because we don't have it. I think that these are commonsensical things. Every member on the National Steering Committee.
What can who a General Secretary is in reference to the party and the constitution? What can?
Oh, my kinkai. My kinkai.
You fit to be that person?
Absolutely. I mean, they a very huge job. And it needs a strategically minded person to do the job. In fact, that office is the most functional office. Any officer officer no yejuma bebre more than any other officer. I don't know if my choice is right. Or debia or yejuma.
Debia or yejuma.
Only
debia action or
only the leader of the party at the headquarters. So all the directories, communications, finance and administration, international directorate, research and what, they work under him, the IT department. Any other unit at the party headquarters, the general secretary is the lead supervisor, is the lead officer, or be reported to him. That's number one. Number two, or coordinate the activities of the party between the HQ and the rest of the party in the country. So there is the general secretary is responsible to coordinate between HQ, any constituency party, things are done. Everybody report to him, only the CEO of the party. And then he's the leg officer of the National Steering Committee. Also, the Constitution says that the day-to-day management of the party is actually not in the hands of the General Secretary. It's in the hands of the National Steering Committee. And the General Secretary is the leg officer, like is the kind of a messenger of the National Steering Committee. So that's a National Steering Committee to take decisions. Then they hand over the decisions to the General Secretary to implement. And some of the reasons why a number of General Secretaries get things wrong. If they ask you to implement a decision and you implement it poorly, then it is your responsibility.
The implementation is...
If the implementation is poor, it's chaotic. So for example, the National Council says, let's go and have elections. They've given days. Now the implementation of such election program is the General Secretary.
The content.
That's it. Now, if the election is bizarre, it's terrible, it's abysmal, it is your responsibility. It's not the National Executive Committee's responsibility. Because almost to guidelines, no, almost dates, no, election. Now, General Secretary, make sure that these elections are done well. Then you come, and then there was chaos, malpractices, fraud. Where your polling station elections are. Nobody else takes the responsibility. Who nobody take the responsibility?
Well, I think maybe Wajibra Oshebia, Musah Superior, oppressor. NPP Amanyuku about to Ayabaso National Executives in America was said Chocho for paying Emma NPP Amanyuku. I feel like Musah Superior. And so far, how many regions?
We've done 13 regions. 13. In fact, in region I started Greater Accra, and so far we have done about 9 constituencies in Greater Accra. 13 regions, 108 constituencies in Ghana, and every constituency a touchy base. We have touch base in every... In fact, we started here even before the elections, the internal election. We started the campaign tour on the 14th of December. So far, we have done 108 constituencies, and we've done, including Greater Accra, we've done 13 regions.
Now, Greater Accra, ONGG 9 hours so far now. The empowerment done where they were party for them. What are...
Empowerment. Empowerment. The only problem of NPP is empowerment. Say, empower a party, all the other little problems, we will address them. Because it is lack of empowerment that brings apathy. So apathy, the party people are not happy, things are not going...
But that will be dependent on the relation between government and the party.
Exactly, and the relationship is like here in my hometown, Tamale.
Currently?
I'm telling you.
And
I'm a member of the party. In fact, I'm not only a member, I'm a foundation member of the party. And I know everything. The government is doing extremely brilliant. Ampofo-Adjei is a Democrat, he's a listening person, he's a red, blue, white, typical NPP. But this is a very busy man, carrying over 30.8 million Ghanaian people and making sure they obey implementing policy non-discriminately to look after Ghana well. So it is the responsibility of the party to manage the party, not Ampofo-Adjei. Yes, a senior cabinet minister tells me, say, Musah, these ideas that I listen to you talk about, no, if you win and you bring these ideas to cabinet, because the pressure on the MP, any district chief executive, no, is overwhelming. And they cannot.
As a result of neglect?
As a result of neglect and lack of policy or plan to empower people. Now, they leave everything on the MP. If you are an MP and you are not a minister, only a deputy minister, only a board member, you are dead. The party collapses on your head. Now, a multimedia group of companies, some more branches all over the country. Whose responsibility to make sure that more branches no ejuma? The management of multimedia. So if your radio station in Kumasi and now your radio station in Damango is not faring well, you have to sit down as a management and find out the relevance of it. It's irrelevant, you take it off. Because you are a profit-making organization. Now it's relevant economically, you find a way to do it. Our party has always been relevant to Ghana because you are better managers of the economy than
So Musah Superior as Tamale mayor, what was your relevance? What was the impact?
Cecilia, questions like this, no, it's always better for you to ask. And otherwise, I will
clearly Tamale Foshe. It will be good because you are no more with that position. It's beautiful to
Mayor Jumano.
Yeah,
Mayor Jumano. The moment you step in and you want to do it well, and you become unpopular.
You want to change the status quo.
You will become unpopular. And you saw what happened in Washington some years ago. We saw what happened in Accra when Van der Poel came. In fact, we saw what happened when the regional minister, Greater Accra, decided to do a lot of mayoral work as part of the work. We saw what happened. So yeah, me ba Tamale no. And I say, I say every government appointee should mirror the president. If you get up in the morning, take the mirror, look into the mirror and pretend, say, the one you are seeing in the mirror is the president. Or you're a very disciplined person, very lawful person, law-abiding person, very time-bound person, or per decency. Now, when you say, there was so much chaos. Now, traders sitting on the street, weed smokers all over the little corners of Tamale. The forest reserve was taken over by criminals. The young people at the age between the ages of 2 and 9 now say, how can a city behave like this? The job of a mayor is 3 things. Number 1, security. Number 2, cleanliness. Number 3, entrepreneurship. These are the 3 jobs of a mayor. Any other thing here, additional policy. Now say, to me succeed where you are, you succeed. And that is why the West African magazine, they made me the best mayor in Africa, in West Africa, in 2018. You can double check that on the internet.
I think I'm getting your 10-point lead plan because you come across as a disciplinarian, somebody who is very firm and focused on whatever he's doing. I'm not surprised you've added it at point number 10. But
absolutely,
as I go through, remember those qualities, they are exceptional.
Yes.
Indeed, yeah, it's good for leadership. Remember a 10-point lead plan now. I'm reading. As General Secretary, I will operate meaningfully at the party headquarters. The party will no longer be managed from the private offices and homes of some persons. I will lead in running an active, professional, and hugely political headquarters. I will not run the party in absentia. What's the meaning of that?
Simple. I say, I say, office. One
Maba.
The work is make sure that you start your day in the office and finish your day in the office. It makes you become administratively correct. Now, if you don't come to the office, administratively you become poor. So your parties for the last 5 years, now Mati Bebre, including a leading member of their party, Adjei Fati, recently issued a video statement. And the lamentation of your party for now all over the country is that Omoba parties for her, they don't see elected officers of their party. To me, it's a disregard of mandate.
But that's why you are not. Is that the place you're supposed to be?
Yes.
You are moving across.
No, I will tell you, if you are out of the country working for their party, that is fine. They are not even in the country side. There's evidence that we don't see you in the evidence. No, you will tell them, no, as part of my mandate, no, I was here. But for the past 5 years, there is no significant availability of your party officers in the countryside. So, and there are 3 reasons why you shouldn't come to work. Only 3. No any other reason. Number 1, Uyari. Say Uyari, you can come to the office. Number 2, say Uyari meeting outside the NPP headquarters. At that time, you cannot be in the office. So, for example, if there's a meeting at the Jubilee House and you are attending, you can't be in the office because you are just one person. And number 3, if you are working outside Accra, apart from that, you don't have any reason for not working in the office. So, yeah, to me, running offices in people's private homes and offices, because the spirit of your party, asylum down. Now, if you want the party to work, the spirit to listen to us, and we should always be there.
Sometimes you avoid the crowd for 1 or 2
No,
reasons.
you cannot.
To ensure, say, that peace of mind,
No, the job is hugely political. Part of my statement, my addresses are there. You should be encouraging the crowd. Now, if you don't have the capacity to manage the crowd, then I'll leave the job. You should be encouraging the crowd.
I will manage the party from bottom to top. This means I'll pay serious attention to the local structures of the party. I believe that if we pay attention to the polling stations and resource the constituency executives, we will enhance our strength.
Yes, so that's the bottom-up strategy. And I see a lot of it when I come to multimedia. I see your security people, you respect them. I see that I saw people who have graduated from nowhere here to big places. That is the way in modern management.
You are giving hope.
Fantastic, excellent. Why mommy word? Giving hope to the grassroots and telling them that we are pulling you along. Now, if you have an organization and you disregard your security, your cleaners, you disregard. I saw when I came, I saw casual workers. They are happy. One of the security men, very, very happy meeting me. And I say, wow, you are happy here? To this morning. He says, yes, I like my job. The reason why is because the approach here is the bottom-up approach. So your polling stations officers, any your electoral area coordinators, any your constituency officers, there should be a plan to concentrate on them. And to be able to achieve this plan, read point 3.
So I will formulate and publish a 6-monthly activity plan. This means that I will be busy in the countryside on a formal work schedule. Regional and constituency activity plans will fit into the plan of the headquarters.
This is what is going to organize the party.
But you are going according to a paper. This is a paper.
No.
Reality on the ground is very different.
If you can't plan, you can't work. This is planning. You plan with high level of accuracy. This is planning. The moment somebody puts things down, organized on paper, it means the person... Absolutely. You organize it. So you see every point a twin of the other point. It's not that you disorganize points. So you see that we will stay in the office, and when we stay in the office, we're going to think, say, let's look at the party from bottom. And how do you do that? You announce an activity plan. Now, our activity plan no be indicating where Officer A will be at a particular time in a month. So, for example, as soon as I get the job, and I'm confident that the party people will give me 70% on the 17th of July, August the 5th, maybe announce an activity plan. And the activity plan will be deploy all officers of their party, not all, probably 16 officers, we will leave the chairman, and 16 officers of their party in the countryside. Let's go out and listen to the people for the first time before we even do our first National Steering Committee meeting. Okay,
so because okay, but me who baby because you also as central for no.
Yes.
Who engages of the party people are ebinuma bamabu, ebinuma kasakasa, ebinuma buafu, ebinuma fi say ya poor mu.
Communication.
Me who baby
point 6.
Point 6. Oh, okay. So revive the demotivated communications directorate of party. All communicators at all levels must have a reason to continue to advocate for the party. I will put a plan in place to look after them. And the look is this. Yeah. I will also support the directorate to recruit brilliant communicators from the regions and constituencies and offer them opportunities to feature on programs reserved for certain class of persons. Are certain programs reserved for certain class of persons?
Absolutely. Where are communicators in the countryside? What happened? Ask my executive assistant on our way to time I call Wenchi for a high court case. Say Techiman South case.
Yeah.
High court knew Techiman. So almost decade no Wenchi. So as part of me travel around just to understand the party to do this job well. So I decided say one day I attend the court. My assistant you call Wenchi. On our way to Wenchi, drew Techiman no we were going to Wenchi. It be a Link FM. I'm a very avowed listener of radio. Be a Link FM. And then almost a discussion about e-levy. That was the time our e-levy issue by my brother, young man, 23-year-old Daniel Ansa. Chi, I understand Chi 100%. Kasan hear me problem.
Yeah.
Now almost analysis in Chi. The boy now it was NDC, PNC, NPP panelists. The boy this are communicator or organizing the understanding of the e-levy.
That's Otiasie, no
catch me driver. So we won't say, you pass a particular runabout before you head.
Yeah.
So we pass, we pass our runabout.
Yeah.
I make catch me driver say, no, I need to see this boy. So we did a U-turn. We came to the city. So I said, we are looking for Link FM. I'm not sure where Link FM is. We went and parked our car and then waited. They came down. A number of them came down. I maybe saw them say, MPP panelist no. They showed me this boy Daniel, 23-year-old, clever, smart, In fact, let me confess to viewers, the way Daniel or Chichemu E-Levy, at that time, I didn't understand E-Levy the way he understood it. Such a person needs to come to Badwam. This is a big platform. Daniel must be sitting here. So we have to have a strategy to recruit our community.
You hope not adjoin with demotivation.
Absolutely. So Daniel, look, the only problem Daniel will have to come here is a little bit of studio intimidation. Now say, or to me, if he understands the studio and have the personal connection with the people, the flow will come. So maybe the first 2-3 days, it all happens. That is the job of the director: research, welfare, strategy, training. The job of a communication directorate is not to be talking. If the party will have to produce a spokesperson, that's fine. But the director of communications of a party, your Juma is not to talk. Your Juma is to research, recruit, welfare, train, and make sure that the communicating director has a strategic plan. Where your strategy plans were, even speakers' notes. Would there be your communicators? We should be doing proper speakers' notes on every major
But when was the last time I called communications meeting?
I'm not a member. They don't even think that they should widen. When you realize that I said I will consult. Yeah. One of the things, in which page did I say I will consult widely? Maybe if you read to the end, you will see that.
Let me check.
I will consult.
Okay, so you have it here. I will also support the directive to recruit brilliant communicators from the regions and constituencies and offer them opportunities to feature on programs reserved for a certain class of people. We must find innovative ways of making our communication effective, convincing and pointful. This means we must consult widely.
The wealthier brains of our party.
And use the wealthy brains of the party.
This party is hugely brainy. I'm telling you. The number of people who you talk to. What? Now, so we say we are in India. Maybe you haven't met. So I say, yeah, we should have them. People in communication, people in trade, people in foreign relationships, people in media. As a general secretary, you should be looking for these people to help you. Not in a formal meeting, but one-on-one conversations with them about particular issues. No. So we should be helped. Where is Nana Komia? One of the most prolific people we have in this party. He does his bit by helping the party to go and communicate. What other use has the party used him for?
But Musah, a lot of factors and ebe coordinate more results. Amongst some factors, ni binese sika ebre onipane why ready so between watch ama party no. These are key.
You have a government in power, you don't have money. What
government in opposition?
The government in opposition now we are lasu. Obian working hard here. We need power. We will do A, B, C, D. Political party people, NDC, NPP, PNC. That is what we tell our supporters all the time. Now your government is in power. You continue to tell them say people should sacrifice. No. You empower them. That word sacrifice should not ever be there. They should be encouraged, motivated, and empowered to do the work. Now you have a government in power, a very progressive government doing well for over 30 million Ghanaians. Untimin tappy on the government, use common sense to get resources from the government to manage their party. You think that if I go to Mr. President at 6 a.m. in the morning and tell him that the school feeding program, we have to do everything we can as a government to address this matter, Mr. President. I'm chief executive of their party, and I think that this is worrying their party. You think the president will not listen to me? Or than a bedroom, me baho 6 a.m. The national intelligence have informed him that the general secretary is here 6 a.m. By 9, he's down. Disciplined man, I know. And then say, Musah, come in. What's the matter? I am told you were here 6 a.m. I said, yes, Mr. President, I can't sleep. And the reason I can't sleep is that I have to produce 2 monuments for you. 2. Number 1 monument is for you to win the elections in 2024. And that will be the biggest monument of your life. And number 2, this party, we must fix this party proper. And the way we can win the elections is to do little things. You tell him, school feeding, we should pay it. We should pay school feeding. And the reason we should pay it is not because of NPP. It's because Ghanaian people, the young business people have gone into the project. And look at the NDC using it against us. School feeding, NDC is using it against us. All these little mistakes. The party should work with government General Secretary, you are the coordinating officer between the party and the government. So that when these little things are happening, you go and tell the president. Not everything. The president is carrying the whole country on his head. Security, diplomacy, economy. And they're easy. And I congratulate Ampofo-Adjei. Look at his age. And look at how indefatigable this man is. And you cannot address petty problems in their party. You want Ampofo-Adjei to come to the headquarters and address it? No way.
And then you're confident, sir.
I am confident because this party has a future. And the only way we can redefine and try and find purpose for this party is to make me general secretary.
But you are not confident because, godfathers.
No. Godfatherism is bad. Now, it's one of the things I'll try and discourage.
This is where probably the party will have a challenge with you because you're blatant.
A very, very bad thing. Nobody should encourage it. It's evil, it's a monster. Godfatherism. What is that? Why should we have godfathers in our party? The party of Adom Boatin, the party of the large. BJ Darocha, Alajiti, Stephen Kreku, Nana Adom Ampofo-Adjei, Damboichi, they opened up this party and there was a fairer competition.
And I say you lived it.
I'm telling you, I'm going to live it. And everybody know that I've lived my life not as a struggling, very, very competitive young person, struggling throughout the ranks of the days of poor struggle. So I said, open up the party so that everybody will see hope in their party. How can you see hope in one individual? We see hope in the party. You open it, the Damboichi model.
And what's that model?
The model is open empowerment. Obiawo opportunity to compete. If you narrow their party, acrimony. And that is not what I want. This party founded Ghana. If people don't know, there's all this talk about CPP. Of course, CPP played the role. But this party founded Ghana. The UGCC, the leadership of this party, were the great-great-grandfathers of the Dankwa Buzi Adombo. We recruited Dr. Kwame Nkrumah to come and help in the foundation of Ghana. So we have to write the history of Ghana properly. Now, how can you treat such a party like that? NPP is Ghana. And people can make their noise, but the fact remains the fact.
I'm going to make that noise. NPP cannot be Ghana.
That's right. So we can debate that another time. Today, I'm not sure that you have time. We started it. We started fighting the colonialism. When the Anlo movement and the Northern People's Party and the National Liberations Movement, who are the leadership? Who are the leadership? Where was NDC then? And where was CPP? CPP came after all this struggle. Then they went and brought, well, we say now we're very open. One of the values of the NPP is openness. We're very open. We're looking for all Ghanaians everywhere to come and join the fight. And then we're told that Nkrumah is a very strategic person.
Oh, Babria party, no. They say echo position. They say attractive. They say breaking the 8, I be BB or other than this time
as a general secretary.
Yeah.
Because the party is weak. Very, very weak. It has been the weakest since the formation of this party in 1992. Now that is why I'm coming, so that we can.
The party didn't kunim premi,
Yes, in Kunima it was the 2016 one. 2 factors. It was a clarion call.
Ghana for the
Ghanaian clarion call supported by a massive leadership campaign exhibited and demonstrated by His Excellency Nana Adom Ampofo-Adjei and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And we saw the kind of campaign. That's one leg. The other leg is that a former general secretary had done all this, about 80% of the work. Polling stations, elections were done without problems, with a high level of tactical understanding. And then electoral area coordinator election done, no problems. Constituency elections done, no problems. Parliamentary primaries done, 100%, no problems. Presidential elections done, no problem. The product of our work, that nearly 70% of all this technical work was done by a former general secretary. And the product of that work delivered the 169 Cs. So you remember, from there are about 102 or 103 Cs, to 169 Cs. So, job, it was actually done and handed over. So the current general secretary took over the unexpired term of a former general secretary. And then he joined the bandwagon of this campaign. Now he was doing a massive campaign, and the leadership of the campaign was the president, supported ably and fantastically by the vice president. And then we used the party policy. But the technical bit, so groundwork, preparing the party, appointing the officers, looking at the headquarters at that time, it was done by a former general.
Okay, so Musah Superior, General Secretary in waiting, what's the free potential about waiting? Calling common Udia, I know I didn't say BB or be, I said Chima Bana, you know, we're still wavering. Delegates, says, I'm also margin, you know, yeah, we say, yeah, but we have 3 more points. It be a discussion, but I'm seeing other equally important issues I seek to address. You have A, government-party relationship, headquarters working closely with government appointees, MMDCs and constituency executives working as a team, strengthening our international branches, review the workings of the special wings of the party, i.e., Youth Wing, TESCON, Women's Wing, and NASARA. I will ensure that these bodies run on full strength and effectively anchor the mobilization of the masses for election 2024. A program tailored to empowering our party youth will be established. Skills development, entrepreneurship, etc. will be deliberately implemented to add value to our young people. We are interested in point number G.
Yes.
That is a program tailored to empowering.
That's right.
But Yen Komra.
Okay.
Yeah, but we can wrap up.
Thank you.
One
Thank
of the issues. Saba, I feel no abekanya ho Musah Superior ana menene twetwe nkomo ewan me say no. General Secretary see me free a potential General Secretary General Secretary in waiting. Enti owan say I didn't see this. The People's Campaign, Party First. Yes. I don't know the People's Campaign. NDC, the People's Manifesto, almost say. Why the People's Campaign?
Because they say, you try to incentivize a party. So, me started campaign me a lot of research. And I realized, say involving the ordinary members to know as a campaign officials around the country. Encourage you more. So, your campaign ye seek assem any logistics assem Ghanaian citizens are almost NPP for they help us. So for example, say Nkoko, you see officers, members of the party in Nkoko who will gather around and find money for us to do hotels and things like that. So yeah, for campaign no money panel just for them to own their party. Now they move to own the campaign. Now, the moment the campaign transfers into the headquarters, what it also means is that they will own the party at the headquarters. So we encourage everybody. So that is why we don't have
at every step. Yeah,
any campaign structure. Yeah, any campaign structure like director of this, director of that, campaign this. No, yeah, any campaign structure. Everybody or a captain of the campaign.
Okay.
Will be a captain.
Okay. Yeah. So let's keep with 3 points. Number of interest to me as an appropriate time, Oma.
Yeah.
Your other equally important issues that you seek to address. No. Point G. You know, yeah. A program tailored to empowering our party youth will be established. Skills development, entrepreneurship, etc. will be deliberately implemented to add value to our young people. How do you do that?
Very, very simple. I'm sure that you have heard about the ANC, the African National Congress. That man is a Mandela called prison. And I think he was released in the early 1990s. Oba back, no, not the ANC party, no. Now he was totally devastated. So he's asking people like Adom, Mbeki and the rest, why is the ANC so weak now? And they say, that my call prison, the ANC was actually taken over by the white people. They say, but this is a Pan-Africanist body, fighting these white people. So Nelson Mandela got a lot of money from the international community that then to resettle him. So Ochiche Sekano, my ANC activist, today, Cyril Ramaphosa, who is a leading shareholder of a big company, I don't want to mention the company, in the world, no, you're a beneficiary of the black economic empowerment policy of the ANC. So there, we can do good things. So that is why for the first time, I'll be pushing for the creation of the business development unit at the party headquarters. And Article 2, under aims and objectives, Clause 14, talks about entrepreneurship, talks about competition, talks about business, and talks about property owning democracy. and say property. It means that we are going to open up the market, make it competitive, encourage Ghanaians to do business so that they can own property. That's the meaning of property owning democracy. So we should have a unit and a directorate at the party headquarters to do that. So initially, I'm looking to spend around 50 million Ghana cedis. Because the entire amount needed for our polling station executives, constituency executives, any electoral area coordinators, around 250 million. That is not any too good money, but it's also big money. So if you push it into the system, it will incentivize our board. So every constituency officer, 10,000 Ghana cedis. That money cannot represent the sweat, the sacrifice, the family reject, the job reject, the education disregard, to keep this party. It's a token. Now, SARS can also put my business. Now, say, a business that you can add it. So, there were 4,675 constituency officers. Say, every constituency officer 10,000 cedis to go and start a business. That the total amount of money that we will give out is under 50 million, 46,750,000. Now, SARS can the office of the General Secretary or the National Executive should raise this money within the twinkle of an eye. You can raise 50 million and push it into the business development unit and do an allocation for our party constituency officers to start business. Is that criminal? Is that illegal? No, it is not. It is innovation. All these things are good. It's now almost started when I went to Pro East, and I'm sorry, madam, for the paper, the woman organizer, one of the officers or a bakery. The moment I mentioned the policy, she jumped on and hugged me and said, "Nyame Badwam." This is an officer of the party or a business, and she's got a working capital of 3,000 doing bakery. The moment I mentioned the policy of empowerment, let me indicate details like the woman hugged me and told me, "Nyame Badwam." In fact, that is one of the reasons why I'm going to win this election. Nyame Badwam, God should help you. Come and save us. We are struggling. That alone, the spirit of God is coming. So, under the business development unit. Now, me bibi on a picture. If your people can bring it here, I'll be very grateful. Okay, Dominic, now you will be shocked. So, this is what I don't know if your cameras can capture
they'll pick it up.
This is what I was talking about. Token reward package. Okay. So you see that under the
token, hold it so that the camera can
under the token reward package, who say the total amount of money required to be able to do that, 250 million. But say who roll out policy, you can't complete the policy at a go. Say bit by bit. So for example, time I rolling out free senior high school, there were a number of things we didn't get right. Now we are getting them right. In fact, there are still a number of things we haven't found. I don't know if
it's on.
Yes, there are still a number of things that we haven't found right. But a policy that is good, and therefore every single day, government of Ghana will make effort to do it. So you're rolling out policy. First of all, we deal with
token reward package, constituency executives, electoral area coordinators, polling station executives, and you have the figures there.
Yeah, so the constituency executive, how much?
Is 4,675. 17 by 275. And then when you come to electoral area coordinators, 1 by 9,078. That's gets you in the same figure. Polling station executive, 5 by 33,367. It's also giving you a figure. Business development unit, so you break it down. Constituency executives, electoral area coordinators, polling station executives, and there's a breakdown as to how it's
so our breakdown, each constituency executive, the party will mobilize 10,000 cedis for him. Okay. And that 10,000 business capital. And then you will be monitored. So under the business development unit.
Oh.
Yes, under the business development unit.
To the camera.
Under the business development unit, you'll be monitored.
So business jobs, business capital, government jobs, training, coaching, supervision.
Exactly. So, Mami, explaining. So, the Business Development Directorate, that is the job they will do. First of all, they will have to look for, say, constituency executives, electoral area coordinators, any police, a number of them are degree holders. A number of them. In fact, our last check was 22% of the last constituency executives were degree holders. Now, they want to exit from poor jobs to very reasonable, meaningful jobs. It is the General Secretary should be concentrating on that. That is human resource development. So we find jobs for them.
So that is the party's business development unit?
Yes, the one we are going to create. That is what they are going to concentrate. And every day they will be finding out if you have a certificate, you come to the party. Or job, to see whether they can fix here, they can fix here. And if they need to tell you, oh, this is a diploma, why don't you go and top up? The party should be able to help with school fees to go and do that. So we should have a welfare plan for this party. Ampofo-Adjei, they have voluntarily joined this party and they have helped the growth, significant group of this party. So who watch here and finally, training, coaching and supervision. Now, okay, watch this.
Yeah,
before
because of time. Yeah.
I want every NPP person to see this.
Hey, where the party, new party office?
Who there? Wait, there are 2 buildings, one on the top, one under. We are in government for 5 years. NDC were in government for Atamil's time. No, I'm building the top office. Top office, the Dubai-like building. And at the Washington-like building, top is NDC office. The down office, the chaos you see here is NPP office. This will make every NPP person cry. They built it when they were in power. We are in power, we can build that. It doesn't matter, let the noise make. How did they get money to do it? We made the noise. Now, I'm assuring every NPP, say, on my watch as General Secretary, one of the key things, conversation I will start quickly, is for us to pull that building down and build a modern, ultra-modern office for our party. This one does not define the NPP proper. Okay,
Musah Superior, I wish you well. Always proud to be talking to you.
Thank you, my brother.
Onyamin Kaho. My mother say, bam, Onyamin Shirao.
Yes.
But that's it. Thank you. Take care, enjoy your day, and serve Ghana well. Bye-bye.